Live. What's up, everybody? All right, we are answering all your questions, every single one right now. If you've got questions, people are sending me DMs. I'm like, we've gone over this. Apparently, you're not watching social media, but we're going to keep doing this because we want to answer all your questions. We want to see you there at Light It Up Expo happening in like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks, something like that. So we're doing some like sizzle reels and highlighting some of our sponsors and speakers and stuff like that. And today, I'm lucky enough to be joined by a sponsor, a vendor, and a speaker, Mr. Jimmy Tompkins. Thanks for joining us, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you.
I'm excited to kind of digest all the things Light It Up Expo that we've got planned. Do want to say, if you guys are watching this live or on the replay, we're giving out 2 free tickets tonight. So in the next few minutes, we're not going to be on here for an hour or anything. We're going to give away 2 free tickets to Light It Up Expo tonight. So make sure you stick around and just throw that out there. But Jimmy, I appreciate you, coming on and talking with us today. For those who don't know you, but at this point, I think most of our circle knows you. But some people I talk to, I'm like, do you know Jimmy Tompkins? They're like, no. I'm like, where have you been living? Just do a quick intro of who Jimmy is, who Lights for Decorators and Omni is.
No, yeah, appreciate it. So, I've been in the landscaping industry. Was my first dabble into the lighting side of the world, and been doing Christmas holiday lighting since 2002 as an installer first by way of landscaping, installing landscape lighting just about as long, and just honestly just a lighting nerd. I love everything about our industry. I love all the changes over the years. I love the innovation side of things, of course, and now we're fortunate enough to be able to be a distributor. We call ourselves distributors, manufacturers of Omni, but being able to supply guys not only with products but knowledge and tools to go out there and actually be successful. Unfortunately, I feel like the lighting's the easy part. The business is the hard part. It's getting harder and harder. So just love a culture of winners and people that love to come together. Winners stick together, winners hang out, winners have fun. And that's why I love Ryan Lee, because you always have all these cool winners hanging around. So, you got a couple of guys every now and then shooting food at you at the hibachi restaurants and, making people say inappropriate things in their speeches. But other than that, it's a bunch of winners, So, no, it's just a cultural thing of just hanging out with these guys and people in our industry. And, truthfully, if you hang out with people that are winners, you become a winner. And that's what I love about these events and stuff. So just a proud part, to be a part of it. Obviously Omni being a sponsor, Lights for Decorators sponsor, and you being rare enough to, kind of put your neck out there to let me get on top of the stage and see what happens. But really pumped about it. And Omni, of course, Omni's blowing up, every day, huge opportunity after huge opportunity. So just blessed to be part of it and the Omni movement. But, we got a lot of our distributors that are going to be down here as well. So it's cool to support them, see their success, and just have fun.
Dude, I love it. So many things to dig into there real quick. But as you mentioned, Lights for Decorators and Omni have stepped up in a big way and are platinum sponsors for Light It Up Expo. And honestly, that's such a huge thing because, when I used to do like a smaller event, I would have to charge. I was charging $1,800 for someone to come and get trained. And it was like, by the time I get me and my coaches and stuff out there, it's like, that's just what we had to charge. And now we don't have to charge that much because we have the support of vendors like yourself and you guys stepping up. And, I don't know if attendees know that, but like you guys are spending like thousands and thousands of dollars on their behalf, so that we can like put these events together. These events cost literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're going to feed everyone. We're going to make sure everyone has a good time. We have the right speakers and the right messaging, and really to create an experience. So really, really appreciate you guys stepping up. It's not possible for me. I don't make residual, product sales and stuff like that. And so I just really appreciate Omni and Lights for Decorators stepping up.
No, you wouldn't miss it. That's for sure.
And it's going to be awesome, man. Like my vision, I wish people could see the vision in my head of this event, like 5 years down the road. And it only happens if we have the buy-in from the vendors and the buy-in from the attendees, right? And it's kind of like the attendees are like, well, who's going to be there? And then the vendors are like, well, who's going to be there? And so it honestly takes the whole industry coming together. And that's what we're trying to do at Light It Up Expo. And we've had so much crossover demand where people are asking me like, hey, how do I get into landscape lighting? And people are asking you, well, how do I get into permanent lighting? And so we decided to put it all under one roof. And people can come and they can meet with different vendors and suppliers and go put the products in their hands and go, talk to you and find out what makes your product special. So it truly is a brand new opportunity for people to compare products, get training, network with others, find out what other winners are doing that are ahead of them. And something I learned from you is winners win. So we want to make sure that, when people come, they leave with a win. So whether they're looking for product knowledge or to actually partner with a manufacturer distributor, or they're looking for motivation. Some people just need like a kick in the ass. Some people need like detailed, like, this is what you need to do in your business. So we've got, main stage speakers. We've got breakouts that are a little bit more intimate. We've kind of got a mix of everything. We've got of course, the vendor hall where they can go get their hands on products. So I'm just stoked, man. It's kind of a dream come true, and it's something that's needed in the industry. And luckily, we've got a lot of people coming. We got a lot of vendors coming, so it's gonna be a great show. I want to ask you about. So we decided this year to bolt on what we're calling like these pre-show classes, and you are actually teaching our permanent lighting training, so hands-on training for those who haven't been or don't have any experience with permanent lighting. What are you going to cover in that class, and maybe do a little tease on why they should be there?
Yeah, so it's our 2-day and a half program that we typically do, throughout the country. And permanent lighting isn't about just how to connect the stuff together and power it up and turn it on and start playing around with it. It's a mindset of how to really ultimately be successful with the product line. You get a lot of people are like, oh, well, Christmas lights are here. Let me figure out this permanent lighting game. And it's kind of in and out. Permanent lighting can completely revolutionize and change people's businesses, right? I mean, it is a business model that you can get into and you could leverage and you could grow exponentially still at this time of the game. And so it's a mindset of why do you need this to be in your business? Why is it a great opportunity for you to maybe think about, I've been doing pressure washing or I've been doing landscaping, and the money's getting tighter and tighter, the business is getting harder and harder, competition is getting more and more stiff. We've definitely seen that on the holiday side of things as well. So we're going to go through, of course, the technical. What is permanent lighting? We're going to go through the X's and O's of all of that, how to connect it, how to turn it on. But more importantly, if you don't know how to sell it and you don't know how to be successful and market it, you might as well not even know how to install it. So to me, the key of a certification program that we provide, and this is a certification. So with Omni, you have to be certified in order to purchase it through all of our distribution partners. But with this program, you can sit there and then not get anything out of sales and marketing. If you're not getting that, you might as well not even do it, because you're not going to have the confidence. And we tell people all the time, it takes 2 or 3 of these permanent installations to get underneath your belt and be really confident in your ability to go out there and absolutely slay it. So we're definitely going to focus on the technical. Then we're going to get into sales, the marketing. We're going to get some hands-on. We're going to get some troubleshooting, X's and O's, do's and don'ts, where to's, where not to's, and really get people ideally comfortable. I think we're going to work out a situation where we won't physically be doing an installation, but we're going to have product where we can do mock-ups. We can do some sabotaging to make sure people get a little bit out of the troubleshooting side of it. So really going to give people a great backbone so they can take that back to their market and feel confident, go out there and get a couple of sales and really ultimately go from there. I know we have a lot of people that come to these that have been to several of the permanent Omni trainings that we've done. So I know I've got a bunch of guys asking, hey, can I come back again? Sure, why not? The more people that are already doing it, it is a really strong group of people that we have a lot of fun together. So we're going to probably have some of those guys kicking around, just hanging out with us as well. So that'll be pretty exciting. But I really, the goal is to get you very comfortable and to understand the ins and the outs, but more importantly, how to sell it and how to go get your market and really dominate your game in your local market.
Yeah, I love it, man. I mean, honestly, we did an Omni certification here at my house, and I was just blown away. I kept worrying, does Jimmy know what time it is? Hey, do we got to start doing the technical stuff? Because we're talking so much about not installing permanent lighting. And I was like, was he know? And like you said, the installation is somewhat easy. I mean, there's a few things you need to get down, and I think people kind of struggle with some speed bumps, but like once you get that, it's fairly easy. Most people do struggle with the business. So I love the way that you handle it. I love that you require people to get certified. Why do you require them to get certified instead of just sell to anyone?
Well, it's really, it's not a quantity game for us. The brand is only as good as the people that are representing the brand. And if you have a bunch of people out there that are untrained, uncertified, representing a brand poorly, that affects everybody else as part of that brand family. And so for us, it's have the right people, using the right product, and working with the right distributors. Even our distribution partners, we don't take those lightly. We think a ton of our distribution partners. And at the end of the day, they're competitors on the other side of our business, but we don't look at them as that, right? We're an extension of each other. And once again, it's a winning cultural mindset. So we want the right people representing the brand, and we also want to make sure the people that are not devaluing the product and devaluing the service, and they really understand how amazing Omni is and how it is the best product on the market. So don't devalue it. Let's go get what it's worth. And there again, if you're just selling people product, you're selling short-term success. We're all about the long-term. We know there's going to be a lot of competition. We know there's a lot of people going to be all over our heels. That's fine. Bring it on. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to be the best at what we do from a contractor standpoint. And by having programs like this in place, it makes sure that the people are there for the right reasons. And we don't just want the guy that's there for a quick buck next week. If they're not willing to give us a couple of days of their time and their attention, it's just honestly at that point, it's not the right representation of that brand that we're looking for. So that's why we had a certification program in place.
Yeah, I love it. Well, hey guys, just as a quick reminder, if you're watching this, if you have any questions, doesn't matter if it's live or on the replay, put them in the comments. We'll be sure to monitor those and get back to you. And in just a few minutes, we're going to give away 2 free tickets tonight on the show to Light It Up Expo. But we're talking about like our pre-show classes. So if you guys want to, and you've never done permanent lighting, like this is why we're doing this. Like, come do this, and it counts as an Omni certification event. So if you want to sell Omni, you have to be certified, so it does count for that. And then if you were like, well, I already know I'm already Omni certified, but you want like a refresher, it's like you read a book once, you're not a master, you just read the book once. So if you want to come back through, that's totally cool too. If you want to bring a key team member or something like that, highly recommended. Chances are you picked up on like kind of the base stuff, and then this would be like level 2, like, oh, I didn't even know he said that the first time. So definitely come back through it if that makes sense for you. Or if you're like, no, dude, like I'm already slaying it, we're booked out 6 weeks, like that's the thing, and you're ready to bolt on landscape lighting, then sign up for the pre-show class for landscape lighting. Or if you're wanting to bolt on holiday lighting, we have a pre-show class for that. So you get to choose one of the 3, either landscape lighting or holiday lighting or permanent lighting. Okay, so counts as an Omni certification. The permanent one is actually going to go a day and a half. So it's going to start on March 3rd. It's going to go all day and maybe till the night. Just depends on when you guys want to break, right? And then it will pick back up the morning of the 4th from about, I don't know if we actually nailed it down yet, but probably something like 8 or 9 in the morning until 12 or 1. And then the vendor hall and expo and everything opens at 2 o'clock, 2 to 7 on that Wednesday. So again, if you guys have questions or need anything, please just comment below, and I'll try to address it if I'm here live, or just respond later on. Well, this is going to be awesome, man. I mean, there's so much overlap between these industries, and even if someone is not doing permanent lighting, come get trained. And even if you're not planning on being like a $5 million permanent lighting company, if you're in the outdoor lighting space, you're going to have a homeowner ask, do you do this? Do you provide this? And you can say no, or you can say yes. They're going to get it done. It might as well be by you. And then it allows you to control that customer experience, upsell them holiday later, upsell them landscape lighting later. That's kind of the point of all this. You were at Light Up last year, a little bit different, I guess, format and stuff like that. But what got you excited last year? What did you like most about last year's expo?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, the people. I just love hanging around with these people, and it's just the energy, the passion, the commitment, the having fun side of it. Of course, is always a good time. But I really just think we all have something to learn from each other. every single day. Every market's different. Everything is so different, but yet just hanging around and hearing people, the challenges and the obstacles and the opportunities. It's just so fun to hear about it. I mean, it's you talk to some of these guys and you're like, dude, you landed a $480,000 lighting job. Like, what? You kind of get jealous a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like,
Yeah.
$480,000 lighting job. Tell me more. Like, just hit me upside the head with this thing. So, it's that, right? It's we are the industry. We are the people that make this industry tick. We aren't each other's competitors. We're partners. We're industry partners. And I walk around that room and I don't see anybody in there that I'm like, oh, that guy's, well, I might think that guy's, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you look at a quote unquote competitor, you're like, man, no, these are great people, and I walk around there and I see, Mike Marlowe, a guy that's been there for however many, I've known Mike Marlowe since, I don't know, for 25 years. Mike Kaplan, Thunder Lighting, known him for just as long, right? These are buddies. They're competitors, but they're buddies. And to me, that's what's so fun about this industry is the people. It's the opportunity to serve great people. It's an opportunity to be part of a great group of guys like this. And I just think it's awesome to give a platform with us lighting people, because we've been at some of these other shows where we're a small piece or we're an add-on, or there's really nothing committed to our industry. And the excitement, the passion, the energy, the conviction, you don't go to one of these things and come back with your tail between your legs. You might come back with your tail between your legs, but that tail between your legs is nothing but a rocket to propel you forward, right? And it's that momentum. And I think that's what's super fun is we all go to stuff like this and we come out of it very energized, very motivated to go do bigger, better, and badder things. So, yeah.
Cool, man. I love it. Well, so like you said, like up until Light It Up Expo, if you wanted exposure into any one of these landscape lighting, holiday or permanent, you have to go to like a landscape show. You have to go to something else. And then like, oh, like lighting is like, yeah, there might be a talk. There might be this. This is like lighting nerds unite. This is it. We're like literally the whole focus is outdoor lighting. We've got some awesome keynotes. You're one of the keynotes. Jimmy's going to be talking. And I'm telling you guys, if like Jimmy came and spoke at our Secret Summit event, this was like a couple months ago. And it was so cool because like you were like laying down this stuff and I had to like go do other stuff to like get ready for the next thing. But I'm like I'm taking notes. And then all of a sudden I'm like, people are like, okay, what? They still had more questions. And you're like, you know what? Just grab a quick lunch and we'll just do it during lunch hour. And so we canceled lunch. I mean, we got like everyone was eating lunch for the next thing. So like, that's exciting. If you have a speaker and people are yawning and they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to go fake a phone call. Like, you don't have a good speaker, but that was awesome. So I'm excited to have you. We've got Kenny Kaufman. If you don't know Kenny, he just sold his $5-6 million lighting business. So he adds a lot to the equation. We've got the authors. If you guys haven't heard of the book Go for No, it's a dope book. The authors of Go for No, it's a sales book, are coming to speak. They're one of our keynotes. We got Brandon Vaughn. He grew a lot of people don't know this, but he's going to be in the outdoor lighting industry soon. And I don't know how much I can reveal about that, but he is going to be in the outdoor lighting industry. But right now he's got a garage floor coating business that's doing $2 million a month. So it's like, maybe we can learn something from this guy. So such a cool, we have like our keynotes, but then we have some breakout sessions, some smaller sessions as well, where you're just going to get so much value being able to interact with these people. The last day we've got our expert roundtables. So sometimes, it's like, I don't know if I don't want to ask a question to everybody, but now you can go up to the expert roundtable, a little bit more intimate conversation. So we just try to spread it out to give lots of different options for learning because everyone learns differently. And I'm just thrilled, man. And I'm just excited to have the support of Omni, the support of Lights for Decorators. And it's going to be an awesome show, man.
Love it. You do some town halls too, right? You're gonna do some town hall Q&A.
What's a town hall?
Like where you have a expert panel type of stuff.
We did last year. We had 2 panels last year. Right now we don't have, like, we have so much planned. I'm like, where are we going to
round table is basically the same thing. The expert round, like that stuff, go into that. My advice is, I used to go to the GIE Expo for years, which is a big landscape conference in Louisville, Kentucky. It's massive. And I would literally go to that event to do nothing but sit at the breakfast of champions, because you sit at a round table, 8 or 10 people, and oh my gosh, like this is like, it is just incredible. And definitely, what'd you say? That's Friday. What morning is that? That's Friday morning, I think it is.
Friday. I think it's Friday afternoon.
Or Friday afternoon. That is probably every little one of these things. It's so intentional. Like Ryan, the way he sets this thing up, right? It's not just about collecting $1 and, looking super muscular in his extra tight landscape lighting secret shirts.
This is about extra small. Okay.
There's so much packed in value to every nook and cranny of these types of things. And he puts, he's not doing this to make money. He's just doing this because he loves this industry. So like, take advantage of every one of these opportunities and every one of these minutes, and don't put all your barriers down, put your ego to the side, come in, check all that stuff at the door, and just be a sponge and soak it all up. And I do. That's how I am. It's amazing what we all get to learn from each other every time we do this stuff. So I love it.
All right. We're going to give away 2 free tickets right now. I will say you hinted at it, but if you guys are paying attention this year, last year, I was even unaware. There was some Easter eggs hidden throughout the conference. Apparently there was a dare to Jimmy that if he was willing to say some words during one of his presentations, and Jimmy, if anyone doesn't know Jimmy, like, he's probably the most competitive person that I know. He's not one to lose a bet. So you won that bet, didn't you? Weren't you willing to say the word?
Interesting, because Kenny's going to be speaking, so we might have to. Might just have to drop a Light It Up Exco 2.0.
We need a challenge.
Yeah.
And basically what we're doing, guys, is we're daring each other to say pretty inappropriate words or phrases during a speech, and see if you can somehow you kept going. You didn't it didn't phase you. I still haven't found the record. I'm going through the records because I'm going to use that against you one day and just post those little snippets.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
So we do like to have fun, but and that's part of it. It's like, so many people are trying so hard, and it's like, it doesn't have to be that hard. You can have fun and succeed. So come to Light Up Expo, find the shortcut. That's really what this is all about. We're trying to collapse time for you. And when you do that and you rub shoulders with these people who have already figured it out, it actually becomes a lot more fun, way less stressful. Your income goes up and your stress goes down. I know it probably doesn't seem possible, but it is possible. Okay, so let's give away 2 free tickets. If you guys want a free ticket, now this doesn't mean like if you bought a ticket that like you're like, oh, can I now come for free? This means in addition to the ticket you got, because we've sold a ton of tickets. So because some people I've already won the tickets and like, oh, does that mean I come for free? I'm like, no, like I'm not that nice. So this is because I want you to bring someone else, give it to a friend. If you have a friend in the industry in another business, then gift them if they've helped you out or something like that. You can use it however you want, but it's an additional free ticket even if you've already bought one.
Give it to a competitor that doesn't know how to price jobs.
For real. Hand deliver that. Be like, man, you are priced too low. Come to Light It Up. All right. So if you want to win a ticket, all you got to do is share this post and tag me, tag Ryan Lee, and then do you want to tag Lights for Decorators or Omni?
Whatever you want, whatever you love the most, tag it.
Yeah. Tag Ryan Lee and Omni or Lights for Decorators. Okay.
Or here deal. If you do it and you tag all 3, I'll give you a free ticket.
Okay, cool.
Or let's do 3. We'll see your 2 plus add 2 more. How about that? So 4 free tickets. How about that?
Okay. Well, I'm not as nice as you. For me, they just have to do, or no, I think I'm nicer than you, because if they tag me and Omni or Lights for Decorators, I'll give them one. For you to give them the tickets, they have to tag both your companies and me. Yeah. What a dick. All right.
Hey, you had to do something different.
Yeah, I like it. So we're giving away 4 tickets. So the first 4 people to do that, it looks like, I know we've got some people on here live, so 2 of you guys can do that now, and then the other people are going to watch it on the replay. So again, tag Ryan Lee, tag Lights for Decorators, tag Omni, and we'll hook you guys up. Basically, when that happens, I'll get notified because you're tagging me, and then I'll shoot you a DM, and we just have to have you fill out this little form to get your ticket, and we'll be good to go. So, man, I'm stoked. It's coming up kind of quick. It's March 3rd through 6th. If you guys haven't got your ticket, go to lightitupexpo.com. We still have some VIP tickets, which is cool. We do VIP dinners, which is always a lot of fun. And there is people tossing shrimp and all sorts of crazy stuff. But it's a good time, guys. So whether you come in general admission or VIP, we want to see you there. Jimmy's going to be laying down the law on the stage. He's got his booth. He's got his pre-show classes. So many good things. Again, appreciate you, Jimmy. Did we cover anything, or do we cover everything, or do we got anything else?
I'm just here for you, bro.
Okay. I think we got everything.
Light it up. Light it up.
Oh, no, I do have one other. My last question is not about Light It Up Expo. What do you see your top dealers doing differently than just the average lighting guys out there?
I'm going to go with their intentions behind what they're doing and why they're doing it. So my keyword for 2026 person is intentional. And I think you see a lot of people losing focus on the task at hand. They go way too wide, not deep enough. They're marketing, they're throwing large cast nets, not being intentional enough with who they're trying to reach and why they're trying to reach them. I hate to say this, but I think there's a lot of really, 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 really bad marketing companies that are taking people for a ride. And you're getting calls, clicks, forms from people that would never be your potential candidate of a client. So I think being intentional and being very, very concise on what you're doing and why you're doing it. I think sometimes there's this fear of, well, there's not enough work here in my discipline, or there's not enough here. Bull crap. I mean, honestly, there's so much sitting underneath your nose. You just got to go find it. You got to turn one rock over at a time and go get it and not be scared of it. Well, how do I approach the big car dealership in time? You walk in the door, you say, let me talk to the marketing person. Let me see who's in charge of advertising marketing. And hey, let me show you something that could change your business. If you put Omni on the outside of this business, do you realize your sales could be increased by 15%? Well, tell me more. Be intentional. Why are you going? Well, you want to put lights on your building? No. Do you want to add 15% to your top line revenue? Now you got somebody's ear, right? So why are you going in the door? What are you selling? Why are you selling it? Why do they need it? And I think that's where your people find it. They got to go get it. If it would slap you in the face, everybody would do it. AI is completely, in my opinion, AI has completely taken the marketing game and put it on a zero. Be different. Be yourself. Don't just put a bunch of flashy pictures. Go out there and say, hey, this is Jimmy Tompkins, and this is what I do, and here's what I need to do it for you, with that level of confidence. And that's what people, have a hard time finding. And I think that's where I see the guys that are really blossoming and really finding great success. They're out there doing it, and they're not scared of it. The worst thing you can get to know.
I love it. Well, we're going to be talking about go for no at Light It Up Expo, and how actually that's your secret weapon,
Yeah.
But I love that it's intentional. I think I actually beat you. Like, normally you beat me at everything, but my word of the year for 2025 was intentional. So you're like, what do you do? Why are you so far behind? Like 2026, you're finally getting intentional.
Maybe it took me 365 days to realize that Ryan said something. I didn't listen to him. So I guess that was your word last year. Really?
Yeah. Like
mine was go all in. I just want to go all in.
That's not a word.
Phrase. Be intentional. You have to be intentional as a phrase as well.
Yeah. Intention. I think it was intention. You just say intention.
Yeah, but that was there's so many. That didn't resonate.
So many cool angles, and you're a numbers guy. You're like, I'm like a try hard numbers guy. I'm just like, I'll just sell more, and then I don't have to think about the numbers, But the intentional is like so awesome, because literally, like, people will always say, I want to do $1 million. I want to do $2 million. I need more leads. And it's like, hold on. Like, any business that's told me that, which is 100% of them, when I go and break apart their business, most of the time they don't need more leads, because actually when they get more leads, that's why they're so chaotic. That's why they hate their life. That's why they hate their business, They used to love it. It used to be honeymoon and all that, but now they hate it because we get more leads, and now you put it into a chaotic system. If they don't have a good sales process, they're not charging that right price, they don't know their numbers, then it's just like, dude, you're working to work. Like, I mean, I'm addicted to work, but I'm addicted to helping, and I'm addicted to success. When I had my lighting business and I was like going in the pits, I wasn't addicted to that. I didn't love that. I hated it. And that's what, like, I hit rock bottom to be like, shit, I got to at least know enough numbers to like get up to the next level. And so I love that you're bringing that up, because it's true. Like, there's no one doing like multiple millions of dollars a year that just randomly came across success. At some point, they decided, they drew a line in the sand, and they go, okay, something's got to change. And it truly was intention behind those numbers. And they knew, okay, if I want to do $1 million and my closing rate is this, then this is how many people I need to get in front of. And I know if everybody, if this many people call me, this is my booking rate. This is how many, like, it's just a math equation, and it truly starts with intention. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
And my word, if you say it to me, I'm going to be just, it fuels my fire at this point. My least favorite word.
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah.
Per diem.
No, assume. Why do people assume stuff? It's the worst word. I assumed this was going to happen, or I just assumed they weren't interested, or I assumed they didn't call me back because they didn't like my number. Don't assume, get to the know, or whatever you just said. Like, don't assume anything. Be intentional and don't assume. And I think you're going to win right there. That's it for me. I just don't, I can't stand that word.
Yeah.
You like that word?
No. Why? Yeah. When you said assume, it made me think of, I'm like, what is my word? What do I hate? I hate try.
Yes. Try harder.
People are like, oh, I'll try. I'm like, oh gosh. Because trying,
I'll try until I don't want to try anymore.
Yeah, you can be like, no, I tried. I tried what you said. It didn't work. And so it allows you to fail. And I'm like, like, what if you just did? What if you just do the thing instead of try the thing?
Yeah.
But I'll add assume to my list too. Yeah, I hate it.
It's a terrible word. Like, I literally hear that word and it's just like, just get out of here.
Oh man, how can we say assume to Jimmy a lot? Light it up.
All right, there you go. Challenge accepted. How many times can you say assume before I smack your smirk off your face and say, get out of here? Oh man, no, I'm serious. It gets under my skin, because everything I feel like I hear when there's something that didn't go the way it should, that word gets dropped in there. And it's a lack of accountability. It's so preventable to just get something a little bit further to the finish line and ask the right question, ask the intentional question to get the answer you need to know. And if you do that, you never have to assume anything. And if you don't have to assume anything, then you can forecast everything. And if you can forecast everything, you just said it. Business is math. Math are numbers. Numbers are repetitive. You know your trends, you know it, and you just go in every day, all day, every day. And you don't know, oh man, I hope I make money on this job. I assumed it was going to take 10 hours. Why'd you assume that? Well, I don't know. Well, let's go look at the facts. What do you have? How long has this job taken you historically? What's your average per fixture, right? Whatever that number is. And you just run your business and you will be successful.
Yeah, I love it. Well, and the thing is, a lot of people in the Facebook groups think that, like, well, I don't have to go to Light Up Expo because I can just ask in a Facebook group. Man, there are so many unqualified people giving amazing advice in these groups, right? And not to say, there's a lot of helpful people out there, and I don't think everyone's doing it to be malicious. It's just like you don't know who's like you don't know anything about their business. For example, like in landscape lighting, you said, like, well, how long does it take you to install these lights? People will go, hey, how much are you charging per light? And they'll say, oh, like $350 a light. It's like, oh shit, that's great. I'm going to charge $350 a light. And if they buy a light for like $80, they're like, I'm going to be a bazillionaire in like 14 days. Like, they think they're making all this money. Well, dude, I found out that people didn't know this stuff. Like, you can't do 350 a light and do even like let's say a 20 light install. That's $7,000. You can't do a $7,000 install if that takes you 3 days. Like, the numbers just don't work. Maybe in certain circumstances, right? But you need like a 2 or 3 man crew to knock that shit out in a day, right? And so you ask advice like, oh, 350, that sounds great. And it does sound great if you know the whole context. But if you don't know, like I had no idea. I mean, literally, we had people that are taking like these like 3 or 4 days to do these installs, and they think they're making money because they're assuming that, these other people are taking that long. It's like, no, like you got to know. And if you don't know, dude, just start somewhere. Start today. Just start, like, hit the stopwatch and be like, all right, I'm going to see how long it takes me to install these lights.
It's discipline. I mean, all it is. I know it's not fun. It's not sexy. It's not easy, but it pays dividends. It really, really does. So I don't even know what we're talking on down there in Florida, but hopefully I get to talk on something like this, because that's what gets my fire rocking and rolling right now. So I'm pumped. I love this stuff.
No,
I
do too. I love it. And one thing that it kind of triggered me at first when you said, like I said, I asked you the question, what are your top dealers doing that others aren't? You mentioned like they, their intention behind it and their why and stuff like that. I started thinking, like, I thought of something else, even though I liked the way you went with it. At some point for me, this happened about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. I didn't mean that to be like a real 6, 7, but it switched for me to like, I used to just try to make money. It was all around like, how do I make $10,000 today? It was literally like, and now I feel like such like a prick thinking like, why was I thinking about so much money? At some point it switched and I just started serving the client, and I started thinking about the customer experience and how I'm improving their life. And it literally, I just didn't think about like, yeah, I started measuring the numbers, but it was not, my intention was not to make $10,000. My intention was, how can I find a client to serve them and bless their life with lighting every single day, right? And when you do that, this game is so fun because you're not stressed to the max of like, oh crap, how am I going to pay my mortgage and all this other stuff? Like, it becomes so much fun because it's actually like, you're just helping people. All you're doing is helping people get what they want. You're serving them at the highest level. And that's when I don't know, like I said, I don't know. There wasn't like a specific moment. I think it was like books I was reading and people I was studying and stuff like that. But I switched to like my why to be like, no, I'm just serving people. I'm just helping people. I'm not trying to make money. And the money started to like pile up greater than before because all I'm doing is serving people. And like, it doesn't matter about the money. And somehow when you don't worry about the money, it takes care of itself.
Yep. I've been saying that for years. Love what you do, be passionate about it, do it for the right reason. The money is the product, the byproduct, not the intention. If you chase something for money, you're chasing the wrong dream. And you ultimately, I don't think you can ever get there. But if you do it with the passion and a drive and a motivation to help people or to help others or to just change people's lives, it just all of a sudden pops up. It's kind of crazy how that happens. But I agree, because it's fun, it's effortless. And the stress volume there is so low when you're doing it for the right reason, and you truly feel that you're changing people's lives. I mean, I agree completely.
All right, guys, for you late stragglers that are just jumping on, we were going to give away 2 tickets, but Jimmy's giving away 2 as well. So we're giving away the first 4 people to share this post, tag Ryan Lee and Omni and Lights for Decorators. I'm giving away 2. Jimmy's giving away 2. So the first 4 people to do that, we will hook you up. And I need you to tag me because otherwise I don't know. And then I'll send you a link where you can fill out your info, get that free ticket. We'll email it to you and have you come down. Don't fill it out, by the way, if you're like, oh, I might go. Like, no, because when we give you this free ticket, it's like you buying a ticket, and we order meals for you and like we plan for you, and it costs us a lot of money. So make sure that when you get this ticket, if you're not going to go, give it to someone who is. Like, we definitely want to make sure these tickets are used because we are planning on you for sure. So, all right, well, we'll wrap up. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate you, man. Thank you to Omni. Thanks for Lights for Decorators for hooking us up. Platinum sponsor at Light It Up Expo. You're going to see a lot more from these guys. We've got some things we're working on with the podcast, and it's going to be awesome. So Really appreciate you, Jimmy. And thanks for all of you guys out for hanging out here. And we'll see you guys in Orlando here in 6 or 7 weeks.
Light it up, baby.
Light it up.
Thank you.
See you guys.